Hello, class. Today we will be presenting a study from Quentin D. Atkinson titled Phonemic Diversity Supports a Serial Founder Effect Model of Language Expansion from Africa. This study explores the diversity of sounds in human languages and how it supports the idea that modern languages originated in Africa and spread as humans migrated across the globe. Before we dive into the study, let's review some key information about the background. First, modern humans originated in Africa around 200,000 years ago and began migrating out of Africa about 50,000 to 70,000 years ago, eventually populating the globe. This migration led to the incredible genetic, cultural, and linguistic diversity we see today. A key concept here is the serial sounder effect. Imagine a tree branching out. Each new branch is smaller and carries only a subset of the diversity of the original trunk. This is what happened as humans migrated. Each new population started with fewer people and less diversity than the one before. Now let's talk about phonemes. These are the small units of sound in a language that can change the meaning of a word, like p and b, and pat and bat. The number of distinct phonemes in a language is called the phonemic diversity. Some languages, like those in Africa, have over 100 phonemes, while others, like Hawaiian, have only 20 to 30. Language like genes can be seen as a cultural replicator. It evolves over time through processes like drift, selection, and borrowing. This study suggests that phonemic diversity parallels genetic diversity, decreasing with distance from Africa. Another key concept is stochastic processes, random changes that occur over time. In languages, these processes can lead to the loss or gain of phonemes, especially in smaller populations. This is why languages farther from Africa tend to have fewer phonemes. Finally, the out of Africa hypothesis. It proposes that humans originated in Africa and then migrated to other parts of the world. This hypothesis is supported by genetic, archaeological, and now linguistic evidence like the findings in the study.
Now, let's talk about how the study was conducted. The researchers analyzed data from 504 languages worldwide, using the World Atlas of Language Structures as their primary source. They focused on three main aspects of phoneme inventories: vowels, consonants, and tones. For each language, they recorded the number of distinct phonemes, the geographic location of the language, the size of the speaker population, the language family it belongs to. To analyze this data, they use statistical tools like linear regression tests to test whether the phonemic diversity decreases with distance from Africa. To ensure reliability, they use separate tests called a Bayesian analysis to identify the most likely origin of language expansion. And they also used something called hierarchical models to account for the fact that languages within the same family might be more similar to each other. This approach allowed them to control for factors like population, size, and language. This ensures that this data and the analysis was reliable.
So, what does all this mean? The study concludes that phonemic diversity supports the idea that modern languages originated in Africa and spread as humans migrated across the globe. This finding mirrors patterns in genetic diversity, where diversity also decreases with distance from Africa, reinforcing the out of Africa hypothesis. The parallels between genetic and linguistic evolution are striking. Just as genes evolve through processes like drift selection, and languages evolve through similar mechanisms, losing or gaining phonemes over time. This study highlights language as a cultural replicator, evolving much like genes do. Beyond linguistics, this research underscores the deep connection between human culture and biology. It suggests that the same forces that shaped our genetic diversity also shaped our diversity of our languages, providing a fascinating window into our shared history as a species. Here's our graphical abstract summarizing the study. The map shows how phonemic diversity decreases with distance from Africa, with the darkest colors representing the lowest diversity and the lightest colors representing the highest diversity. The arrows trace human migration routes out of Africa, showing how populations carried subsets of phonemes with them as they moved, similar to process of divergence. Expert feature.
Hello, I'm Heinz Mayo. My father, James Williams Mayo, the founder of Mayo Clinic, was a great passion to me and was a great inspiration. And as an expert in microbiology and evolutionary biology, I'm an expert in small things. Anyway, let's get to some facts. Did you know that some languages have over 100 different sounds, while others just have as few as 13? It's like some languages went on an all-you-can-eat buffet, and others just grabbed a snack. Here's the kicker. It all follows human migration. Languages in Africa have the most sounds, but as people travel farther, they forgot to pack some. Kind of like how you always leave your phone charger behind on a vacation. That's why English has a weird mix of sounds. It's basically Frankenstein of languages. So the way we talk today is actually a roadmap of human history. Who knew your vowels have a travel itinerary? I'm Heinz Mayo, and I'm an expert in evolutionary biology. Please, this is a great way to fill your mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to us. Bye.